Hello, this is Dr. Soheila Rostami. I'm an oculofacial plastic surgeon, double board certified. We're going back to the topics we were talking about, and that is recently I started to train fellows. And as I mentioned to you, fellowship in cosmetic surgery is a new concept. So it's been just a few years, less than 10 years or decade, that we have had fellowship training. Or if it is, it's very close to a decade. So I admire those fellows because they could just start doing like a lot of other people offering cosmetic procedures without really getting trained. So I respect them. I care for my fellows that they're taking one extra year after so many years of training to want to be a fellow trained in cosmetic surgery. As I mentioned to you previously, there is no real standard at the present for training of an individual to do a lot of cosmetic procedures that are minimally invasive. Now, surgical procedures are different, but I'm talking about minimally invasive procedures, including lasers and injectables. So these procedures, many of individuals that are offering these are just they taking a couple of hours of training and they start doing the procedures. Now, why do I care for that and I bring it up to you? It's because there is no background to who is taking these trainings. So they could be anyone that has a little bit of background in healthcare. So why do I care? Because as you can see, a lot of complications are happening, and then there are so many negative views out there, and it's not because these procedures are bad, it's because the providers are not well trained. So they're giving the products or procedures bad name. Yes, there's so many different procedures and different offers all over in every corner of US, but you as a consumer should be more educated about these things and look into where do you get your services. So that falls on you. If you're getting anything that is come to you in a negative way with any of these procedures, some of it falls on you. You have to look at where do you get these treatments and where do you go and ask for treatments. Now, there are a lot of negative views related to injectables, and they talk about like overfilling and all that. But I can tell you, many of these are related to the training the individual got. And now after 1 day or 2 days of training, or even not even 1 day, maybe few hours of training, they start doing the injectable with patients. And so then the concept comes in, the more injection they do, the better money they make. So they overfill people thinking that, well, this is a way they can make money. And they don't really see the consequences in the future of it. And I've seen this with the lip fillers more than any of the other fillers. Unfortunately, with the lip fillers, if you have gotten over the years too many fillers, you can't even undo it because their lip becomes so full of tissue grow around these products that acts like a scarring in the lip. And even if you try to deflate the lips, it's not the product itself, it's the scar tissue that is formed from the injections in the lips that they feel like foreign material, but they're really not a foreign material. It's the scar in the lips. Another area is the cheek area that is overfilled. And these are the two easiest areas for the beginners to do the injections. So I see that the overfilling of those two areas is because the novice is the easiest place to do the injections. Yes, under eye fillers, I see a lot of problems with that, but that is not an easy, and people are scared of those areas, so you don't see it as often. But I see it because I'm one of the referral bases, so I get to see a lot of under eye fillers that have gone wrong. Thank God we have a little bit of a solution for some of the HA, which is hyaluronic acid based products that we can melt, and that's the enzyme for hyaluronic acid, hyaluronidase. So it actually melts the products. Now, there is a lot of also negative views to Hylenex, which is the hyaluronidase. Our body produces hyaluronic acid, and as I probably mentioned previously, as you know, hyaluronic acid is the fluid that the cells swim in. So our bodies are full of hyaluronic acid, and our body makes hyaluronic acid on a routine basis. So when you use hyaluronidase, so you can melt some of your own hyaluronic acid. But remember, your body always making hyaluronic acid. So we do have ultrasound now these days that we can identify where the filler exactly located, and with the use of ultrasound, we can target exactly where the HA is sitting, or hyaluronic acid filler sitting, and inject right into that area the enzyme that melts it. So, but there are other fillers that are not possible to melt. And I remember at the time that I was experiencing all these fillers coming in, I always was against the permanent fillers. And there's one that is made of polymethacrylate, which is similar to glasses, or sort of like glass. And that product, there is no way you can melt it. Silicone is another one. These are permanent solution that has been changed to fillers, and people use them as injectables and volumizers. So those, there is no way you can melt them or get rid of them. Surgically, if there is any granuloma formed around those products, you can remove the granuloma, but honestly, it's going to be, with the scar, it's going to be very complicated to really try to remove those products. So as you can see, what I'm describing is the matter of the injection of the product. If you use the product in a proper way and in an appropriate place, I have been able to help so many patients over my quarter of century, and my patients, they stay with me because when I need to tell them no, I tell them no, and when I need to tell them you need this in this area, they trust me and they follow. So I've been able to help my patients over their quarter of century to maintain their beauty, not to change their beauty, but to maintain their beauty. I can have so many pictures of my patients to show you, and I have had in the past that they look, if 10 years ago they came to me, or 15 years ago, they look better now than their 15 years ago. Why? Because we worked with their skin quality, because we worked with the aging process that is happening, and we kind of like stopped the aging for them, and we reversed some of the aging. I wouldn't say that we reversed all of it, but we kind of reversed some of the skin changes that happens with aging. We have a lot of different products here, and we offer those products to our patient, because I really believe that you cannot have one thing or two things and be able to achieve the appropriate goal you have for maintaining beauty with one or two things. So it's the combination treatment that actually gives you the best results. So Going back to the individual who is getting trained, they really need to be familiar with the anatomy of the face. They need to know, and that's the reason it's so important who is getting trained. Yes, a few hours of training is not good enough, but who is getting those trainings also is very important. They need to know that at least the basis to be able to understand why they need to do this or why they need to do this. So taking it lightly from the beginning by the industry that who is going to sell their product, I think worked against them down the road. And this is quarter century, the time that I started, has kind of come back to bite them. As we say, bite in the ass. So anyway, forgive my language. But this is how it's really needs to be controlled now. They need to really start thinking who is getting trained to do this sort of injections, offer these kind of injections to individuals. So then we can have better results and more controlled results. I really don't think that the fillers are to be blamed. I think they are very good tools in the right hands. Also, surgical procedures cannot be replaced by fillers. Many non-surgical providers, they want to sell their minimally invasive procedures to replace surgical procedures. And I see that often. And unfortunately, that is not going to be the answer to your needs if you need surgery. To start with minimally invasive, yes, in certain places, maybe help a little bit, but overfilling the individual is not going to replace the surgical needs. And that is usually happens for the lower third of the face. They keep overfilling the lower part of the face, and they keep putting mid-face to help with the lower face. And that's the overfilling of individual more than what it actually should be if they would have done the surgical procedures to remedy some of the aging problems that are happening. So those are the things that I see often happens with patients when they walk through my door, and I see they've been seeing a provider that does not provide surgical procedures, and so they overfill the individual to get rid of certain things that only surgery can respond to it. And usually is the lower third of the face and overfilling of the mid face to answer for the lower third of the face. I love my colleagues around, so I'm not talking about any of the colleagues that are doing this, as long as they're well trained. And that's why I care about my fellows and I respect them, and I think that they are the best cosmetic providers, because at least they put 1 year of their lives to get the training they need. Thank you.